We're very excited that you're joining us today on another edition of Impact My World. On the talk show today, we will be discussing a very important topic, a habit or an action so many of us are involved in but still do not feel any sense of conviction to stop. For so many others, it has become a habit, and as a result, a lot of people have been harmed by it. The topic is, it's just a gist though, it's not gossip. My name is Sandra DMH. Thank you so much for joining us today on another edition of Impact My World. My guys are in the house today, Peter, Mayowa, and Shola. We'll take a quick break now, and when we return, they'll be saying hi to you guys.
One heart, one life to offer you.
Thank you so much for staying tuned to Impact My World. Like I said, Peter is in the house.
Hello, everyone.
Mayowa.
Hi, everyone.
And Shola is also in the house.
Hello, everyone.
Thank you guys for joining us today on another edition of Impact My World. So the topic is, it's not gossip, it's just a gist. Now, Peter, tell me, a lot of people really do not understand what gossip is, or maybe a lot of people pretend not to understand what gossip is. So tell us, what is gossip?
Okay, well, I will just define gossip as talking about someone when two people or more are talking about someone and particularly focusing on personal details about the person, either with the intention to ridicule the person or to, defame or paint the person in a bad light. That would what I would describe gossip as.
Okay, Maiwa, what's the concept?
Yeah, my concept of gossip would be, if you have seen this movie, The Train, where the sisters were trying to help Brother Mike raise a prayer altar, intercessory prayer altar. If you have seen that part, that is my definition of gossip. They paint the picture of Brother Mike painted there, reduced him to almost nothing. That's gossip. That's gossip.
That's so true. That's very true. That even brings me back to the story of Evangelist Mike Bamiloye in The Train. He really suffered in the hands of those sisters who said, oh no, we are trying to just raise an altar of intercession for Brother Mike. We are not gossiping. But the motive behind what it is they were actually doing, the intention was to ridicule Brother Mike and make him look like he was unspiritual and a whole lot of other things that they had in mind. Now, how does gossip begin? How is it promoted, Shola?
Well, gossip begins when people sit down to talk. And I would say that idleness is the beginning of gossip. Okay. When people sit down to talk, even when there are serious discussions, but before you know it, it veers off. Yeah. So gossip starts from discussion, and it has to be at least two people. Okay. So gossip begins when people sit down to discuss.
Okay. Yeah. So when people sit down to discuss, gossip could actually just come up. Peter, do you have anything to say with regards to this? When gossip begins?
I just wanted to say, when he said it must be between two people, and I wanted to say a gossiper and a gossipee.
Okay.
So where there is
who is a gossiper and who is a gossipee in this case?
And idle time will always result in gossip time.
That's so true.
So the challenge is, the truth is, it's until two people get into a conversation, a gossip cannot ensue.
That's true.
You cannot begin to talk about something to yourself.
That's true.
That would be
soliloquizing.
Yes. And that will you can't gossip with yourself. So you have to have a partner. So the person who is listening and the person who is giving the gist. Yes. Because the person who is listening, I will be saying, all those things, they are just as to promote the gossip.
That's true.
So when the person begins to stray into some other part, what did he even say? Did he really do it? What did he? So when all those things start coming into play, you know that it's just those are the innuendos and ingredients
gossip.
That make up gossip.
Okay, so Peter, you said something very, very key. When the party gossiping and the person listening to the gossip, when there's actually like an interaction between the two of them, that is when gossip actually happens. Because it feels like when somebody is gossiping to another person who is just listening and not exactly contributing,
Yes.
it means that gossip has not happened. Maiwa, what do you think? It means that gossip has not happened. Somebody comes to gossip to you, let's take for example, and you are not exactly contributing to the conversation. Would you call that gossip?
Yes. I will call that gossip because I have to show interest in your story.
Okay.
I have to want to hear. And my wanting to hear will bring something like, wow, really? You see, my saying, wow, really, is like, I want more. Go ahead.
Yes.
I'm interested. But if you're just telling me a story that I'm not interested in, and I keep mute for some minutes, I didn't encourage you with my look, I didn't encourage you with what I say, I think that should discourage you from going ahead. So I should want to hear. If I say, wow, tell me more, that's a signal that I want to hear. But if I stop those things, those interjections, and I didn't say anything, I just keep mute, my facial expression, you know those things now, somehow, don't say somehow we all gist.
Yes.
And we all know the looks we put when we
We are
that kind of
interested in more gist, yes.
Yes, when you are not excited in hearing certain stories, you know how the
That's
face, facial expression you put up.
That's
So
so true.
if I see that on you, that's telling me something else.
Okay.
Then I need to.
I want to add something to that. You know, human beings are very funny. A person might be interested in a gist. Let me start from here. The person who is telling the story, let's call that the gossip. So let me use Peter's term, the gossiper and the gossiping. So the person who is telling the story knows he wants to talk, and that person might be known as an amebo in our parlance, in local parlance. But the person who is listening may know that if I show interest, this person might go and tell somebody that this person too likes this.
Yes.
So a person might pretend not to be interested, but listening.
That's true.
Because I'm having interest in listening, but I don't want to encourage him to talk. So I don't want to show that I'm interested. So I beg you. Then the person listens to the gist. The person is excited within, but it doesn't show it outside. So there is still a listener. You can be listening without showing excitement, and you are part of the discussion, the gossip. Yeah.
Okay. So now, Shola, you've brought another angle to it. Listening to the gossip, but the motive behind your listening is actually to get that information. But don't you guys think that listening to gossip is not sufficient enough to actually say somebody's involved in the gossip if the person is not actually uttering or talking or responding back to that gossip? Peter?
I think it shows, maybe the underlying factor now will be motive. Because that's what Shola has drawn out. Because in all of this, it's the intention behind it. Some people can be having a conversation. Motives for having conversations are different.
That's true.
In fact, we can be talking about someone, but the motive might be, either to try and help the person.
Yes.
Genuinely, it's from a deep-rooted concern.
Yes.
Now, if we use that story particularly, somebody even raised that I've been noticing that this guy has been wearing only one shirt.
It's okay.
Let's try and contribute money to buy him another one.
suit.
If they had bought another one, you will see that the gist had produced something.
That's true.
So it means the concern was that this guy needs a new shirt or this lady needs this. The concern is genuine, so it provoked an action.
Yes.
But whereby the concern is just to discuss and not to do anything. The motive, the people who are gossiping know that the motive is just to, even if they are saying, it's just to, we are just concerned about him, the way he's going like this. When they start saying things like that, you know that this is the angle they are going.
They are trying to validate their gossip.
Okay, so now because we have established all of this, at what point does a conversation cross the line from being just gist to gossip? Because sometimes it could happen subtly, and if one is not sensitive, you just realize that you're already deep in the gist, and then except there's a check in your spirit to tell you that, look, at this point you have gone too far. At what point would one have crossed the line from just a harmless gist to a harmful gist? Gossip, Shola?
Okay, let me address this question from this viewpoint. You see, after every discussion, there's a way people go back and ruminate.
Okay.
So I won't say, it might not be during that discussion, but if you, after the meeting, you would know the things that were not meant to, you were not meant to receive. So that will aid you. Maybe next time when you're having a conversation with such a person, when the person is already debating from a particular point to you know that this point, this person, that's how it starts, this person is going beyond this point of discussion and shifting to gossip.
Yeah.
So at that point you would know. There will be a check within you.
That's true.
So I think it has to do with previous experiences of similar situations and how you have felt. Maybe if you have a commission, if you feel bad that this person has said too much. So you already know that is a check for you. So when such discussions, when you tend toward that direction, you know that yes, this person is getting beyond the gist conversation and is going to
crossed the line.
Okay, to add to that as well. Thank you, Shala. To add to that as well, you see, you will know when the conversation no longer in the direction of trying to help or provide solution, but other than devaluing the person, trying to bring out what should not be, trying to ridicule the person, kind of, and perhaps when the person is in your midst, you can't say all those things. That should give a sign that we've crossed the line. Is tending towards gossip.
That's so true, Maiwa. You know, most of the time it's actually difficult for people to say the same things they have said in the place of gossip in front of the person whom they gossiped about. Is actually so difficult. So that should also tell us if whatever it is I'm listening to or whatever it is I'm contributing to, I'm not able to say it in front of this person in the same way with that sense of conviction that I'm saying the truth, or I know this person is saying the truth irrespective, then that should also tell us that we've crossed the line. Yes. Also, we need to consistently have that check in our spirit. In short, there's a check. It's not, there's a check.
It's a value-based thing.
Yes.
It's a value-based thing. You see, a person who has built his life or her life based on values, when you have good moral values, definitely you will know when you are drifting from just a regular conversation to a gossip.
That's true.
Because you will know that certain things you will not expect people to, you will not expect to be done to you. You won't expect to do it to others. You shouldn't do it to others.
Yes.
So by the time you build your life based on values, that if I have a problem with someone or I hear something about someone, I should be able to verify the information. I shouldn't just go around saying things that are not based on fact. Even when matters are even in the open, people can still gossip about things open that matters. Are not really secrets. Yes. You know, but if I'm not going to provide solution to this thing, why do I need to discuss it? If I will provide solution, no problem. We can, in the course of discussing, begin to see where the problems are to be able to provide solutions. Yes. But if there will not be solution resulting from it, then it's better to just leave it there.
Wow, that's so true. That means we all have to be very sensitive as well to whatever contributions it is we make in discussions. We have to, like Peter said, our values, very key. If you are not going to be preferring solution to a supposed situation that somebody comes to gossip to you, or if the person is not going to be preferring solution to it, then it's better not to engage in that conversation, especially when you know. And the truth is, so many people know that whatever it is we are discussing about is not tilted towards preferring solution to this person. It's actually tilted towards ridiculing the person and making the person feel bad or reducing the value of that person. So we need to actually check all of these things. Now let's move. Where is the place of self-control in conversations?
I think that's a personal thing. Yeah. It doesn't have to do with gossip. A person who doesn't have self-control, even when gossip starts, will not be able to control it. So a person who doesn't have self-control, even when a healthy discussion, if you know that you're supposed to have 2 minutes of